It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh, so many people on meth. Ow!
Well, the best whacked out news stories always come from Florida, and today, some of our biggest ones come from Port St. Lucie, including one about 64-year-old Adam Fallick, who was arrested after he pulled a gun on somebody waiting for a parking space at a Publix in Port St. Lucie.
Dude, it's a parking spot. What are you doing?
He drove up behind the victim who was waiting for the parking space and then repeatedly honked his horn as the victim was waiting for the car to back out of the parking space. So the victim got out of their car and walked over to Fallick's, and then the victim asked this angry dude to stop honking his horn while he waited for a parking space, and that's when Fallick freaked out, pulled out a gun with a scope on it.
Oh, my.
The victim quickly de-escalated, returned to their car while Fallick yelled out vulgar comments. A person with the victim then called the police and was able to get a photo of Fallick and his license plate, where he was then arrested. But I mean, that's the kind of stuff we got going on. You can't do anything squirrely with anybody anywhere in South Florida now.
And don't get out of your car.
Right.
That would just be what I would say. Just don't get out of your car.
Some guy, I guess something happened on the road, and he pulled up to the side of me the other day, and he was doing like that stare as he's trying to keep up with me on I-95, and I'm like, I'm not going to even look over at him.
What are we doing? Yeah.
All of this guy's got a bazooka, a gun, a grenade.
Yeah. You don't
know what people are. As soon as you open your car door and get out of it, you become an aggressor and you're escalating this, whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
If you just stay in your car and get away from the situation, I think a lot of times it can de-escalate itself.
And I think people forget that most people aren't good fighters. They let their emotions get the best of them, and they'll get out of the car, and that's how you get your ass kicked.
Yeah, no doubt. Don't know if you remember us talking about Carnell Arlene. She was the manager of the Wingstop in Port St. Lucie that thought it'd be a good idea to throw hot grease on some customers last month.
Ugh, that's going to leave a mark.
Yeah. Her first move actually was throwing ranch dressing at them, but then she said that's not enough, and she went to go get some hot oil.
Wow.
Yeah, the customers actually suffered some burns, and surprisingly, she was fired. And now she's in jail.
Yeah, she's probably going to do time.
Yeah.
Well,
You can't throw hot grease on people.
You cannot, no. Mm-mm.
I wonder what happened right before she threw the hot grease.
Yeah, how did it get to that level?
How did it get there?
It's amazing how many huge fights they wind up having in some of these restaurants. Man, I was on Snoop Dogg's Instagram yesterday, and he had a Waffle House fight that was insane on there.
I think I saw that one over the weekend.
Maybe, yeah.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, they were breaking the windows and everything. It was so out of control.
It's so funny how that always happens at a Waffle House.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Talking hot grease, KFC is known well for it. And this is kind of odd because the KFC, if you don't know, the K stands for Kentucky, which is where they started out the chicken chain. It's where its headquarters were. That is until they decided to move to Texas. So I don't know if they got to go to TFC or...
Texas?
Yeah.
What the heck?
They're relocating. 100 employees got to move from Kentucky to Texas. So it's kind of odd. You get your Kentucky Fried Chicken now from Texas.
Huh.
Yeah.
Don't seem right.
Yeah. Remember the break-ins that happened at Kansas City Chiefs players' houses, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes?
Yes.
Yeah, they have now kind of busted up that ring. It was a bunch of Chilean nationals right here in Florida. They actually wound up arresting them.
Good.
They had stolen over $2 million in property from different professional athletes. I'm not sure if they're the one that hit Joe Burrow's house as well. But there were like 7 of them, and if convicted, they each face up to 10 years in prison.
That's crazy. They would wait till the guys were on TV playing in a game, and then they would hit their house.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yep, so they've busted that up. So I don't know how that works. I don't know if they put them in an American prison or if they just deport them, because I think that's the kind of people they're looking to kick out of the country is people who have been arrested for those kind of crimes. So, I don't know. I don't know if they wind up in a jail here, or maybe they wind up in jail here for 10 years and then they boot them out.
Yeah, how does that work? You've committed a crime, so just being deported back to your home country, it's kind of like no punishment.
It is, yeah, and the other flip side is like, well, do you want to pay to house them and all that for 10 years? So,
true.
Yeah, I don't know what they decide on these kind of things. There was a Michigan man that got arrested after he drove over 700 miles to Pennsylvania, all to set fire to the home of a man who was talking to his ex-girlfriend.
Wow.
There were 6 adults in the house at the time.
And he lit it up?
Yep.
Wow.
They were hospitalized. 2 dogs died in the blaze. He's in massive trouble today.
That is so sad.
Big dummy. There's a mayor in Brazil that probably was watching the campaign of President Donald Trump who said, you know what, I'm going for a second term as well. And this assassination thing really worked for him. So this mayor in Brazil decided to stage a fake assassination attempt to generate some sympathy to win his second term. Things did not work out well, though, because he was seriously injured in the shooting and he wound up losing the election.
Oh, dude.
There are days and then there are days.
You know, just because it worked for Trump doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody.
You caught a bullet and you lost.
People are probably like going, who's trying to assassinate a mayor?
And it was a serious injury? Yeah. That sucks, man.
Yeah. And this is fun for Valentine's Day in Lima, Peru. Police there, dressed as a capybara, wound up going on a drug raid and actually detained a suspect and arrested them, and they got 1,700 packages of narcotics in the bus. The video is unbelievable. Have you seen those cute little capybaras?
I love capybaras. There's a place over in, like, I think Japan called Capybara Cafe.
Okay.
And I want to go there so bad. You just hang out with capybaras all day.
Yeah, and so this capybara costume, the detective is wearing a backpack in the costume, and it's got little hearts on it for Valentine's Day. But, I mean, he's wrangling and aggressively wrestling a drug dealer in this outfit. It's a pretty amazing video. But you can see it if you're watching KBJ TV right now.
I need it.
Mm-hmm. And residents in Argentina claim that they're being overrun by capybaras.
Really?
Yeah, no, they look really cute, and they're getting a lot of popularity because of social media and all that. But homeowners in Buenos Aires are concerned about their population growth. They say that the animals are beginning to fight amongst themselves and then fight with dogs in private gardens.
Oh, no.
So what they're trying to do is their solution is to inject a form of birth control into 250 capybaras to help curb the production or reproduction.
Because it's hard to get them to take a pill every day.
Right. So I guess
they'll forget.
They get like, you know how, what is it? You insert it in under your skin, right? Some birth control?
Sure, yeah.
So I guess that's what they're doing there.
Huh. It's like their version of spay and neuter.
Yeah, I guess it is. That's some crazy stuff there. And this is a sweet story. Harold and Sylvia Levine are going for the world record of the longest married couple. They have been married more than 80 years, and the longest marriage on record was held by a couple who were married for 86 years and 290 days. That is what still stands in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. So the Levines married on November 2nd of 1941, and they're right now among the longest married couples in the U.S., and they're just 3 years away from getting the new world record, and they're both in assisted living in Wellington.
That is a long prison sentence.
What if they love each other?
You're right. I didn't need to say that.
Mm-hmm.
How old are they? Does it say?
It says that, no, it does not. So they're 3 years away from it. You're going to have to do some basic math on that, Virginia.
Oh, no.
To figure that out.
It's past 80.
You know what? We'll just move on.
Okay.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah. So they've been married more than 80 years, so, you know, but their age, I assume that they were pretty young as they got married, as you did back in 1941.
True.
That'd be my guess.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.